can only show you the door. You have to walk through it.
Hello guys, welcome to the Crypto Matrix. I'm Mr. Legend. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the king of the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently trades around $69,000. We have seen Bitcoin dump to as low as $60,000. A lot of market participants are calling the start of the bear market. We have some people believing that that's the bottom of the bear market. In this video, we'll look at Bitcoin's valuation against the US dollar, look at Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency market. We'll also look at sentiment in the cryptocurrency market. Sentiment right now is almost at an all-time low. We are seeing the free and greed index hit single digits, which is crazy. It means the market is in extreme fear. We'll talk about that and more in this video. Let's get down to business. Let's start with the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently trades around $69,700. Bitcoin's all-time highest, guys, was around $126,000. Bitcoin got there on the 6th of October 2025. Since then, Bitcoin has been in a decline. Since then, we have seen Bitcoin head back towards its 200-week moving average, which sits around $58,000. Bitcoin went from as high as $126,000 in October. It's been a trip down to Goblin Town since then. We have seen Bitcoin lose around 50% of its value in the process. This is the first 50% dump for Bitcoin, guys, in over 2 years. Since 2022, a lot of market participants have gotten complacent. Why? Bitcoin has not had any 50% dump along the way since Bitcoin got to $15,000. We have seen some dumps along the way. We have seen the market go into extreme fear, but none of them was as crazy as this 50% dump we just experienced over the last 3 months. If you look at Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency market, sitting around the 59% region, a lot of market participants right now are already calling for the bear market bottom. Historically, Bitcoin usually takes 1 year to complete its bear market. That's what we have seen in the last 3 previous bear markets. So will this time be different? If you look back what happened in 2021 and the bear market ended in 2022, Bitcoin topped in November of 2021 and Bitcoin continued dumping till November of 2022. Bitcoin fell around 77% and it took around 365 days for the dump to be completed. Are we in the bear market bottom? If you look at Bitcoin, what Bitcoin did in the 2018 bear market, it topped around the $19,000 level and it took Bitcoin again approximately 1 year to get to the 200-week moving average. Bitcoin got to as low as $3,200. So that time around, Bitcoin fell by 83%. And if you go back, way back into the 2014 bear market, after Bitcoin top all the way around $1,100, we saw Bitcoin dumping to Goblin Town. This time around, it took more than 1 year. It took Bitcoin around 413 days to find a bottom around the $153 level, and that time Bitcoin fell by 86%. So Bitcoin bear markets are not something new. We have seen Bitcoin dump aggressively before in the past, and I'm sure we'll still see Bitcoin dump in the future. But the main topic of discussion is this the bottom of the bear market? If we're using our RSI, our indicator, to tell us whether Bitcoin is in the bear market, then there's a lot of signs to say maybe, just maybe, we need to pay attention to the price of Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin on the RSI is hitting levels we only see deep in the bear market. If you look at where Bitcoin bottom way back in 2018, you can see that Bitcoin's RSI was already touching the lower band. If you look at where Bitcoin bottom in 2022, the RSI was touching the lower band. If you look at where Bitcoin bottom in 2015, Bitcoin's RSI was touching the lower band. And right now, Bitcoin RSI is also touching that lower band right now. Yes, it doesn't guarantee that this is the exact bottom. Remember, we can spend the next 2 months consolidating. We can spend the next 2 months having a counter rally before eventually having a bottom. That's what we did in 2022. We saw Bitcoin first go below the 200-week moving average. We had a counter rally, and then we finally found the bottom in November of 2022 without the RSI setting new lows. And that was actually a good signal to tell us that Bitcoin has bottomed, because there was a bullish divergence. And since then, Bitcoin has been going to higher prices. Same situation happened in 2018. We saw Bitcoin's RSI getting to the lowest portion, and after that, The RSI didn't drop to a new low. This one to the pricing dropped to a new low, and off we went into the new bull market. So if you look at news stories going around the cryptocurrency market right now, you'll be hearing talks of Bitcoin in the bear market, Bitcoin bear market bottom. When are we going to bottom? A lot of market participants are already talking about $50,000 and maybe $40,000. I've even seen somebody say Bitcoin is going to as low as $3,000. If you look at news stories going around the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin Sharp ratio slides to levels seen in previous bear market. Bitcoin Sharp ratio has fallen to -10, meaning near bear market lows in 2018 and 2022, suggesting the risk to reward profile is approaching extreme levels. If you look at liquidation in the cryptocurrency market, over the last 24 hours, a lot of bears are getting liquidated. A lot of bulls are also getting liquidated. A lot of market participants are still high on the leverage. This liquidation we have seen was primarily driven by market participants using leverage getting liquidated. It was a very, very sharp drop. The drop happened in two phases. We first saw Bitcoin dumping by around 34% in 42 days. We consolidated for around 60 days. And then we saw Bitcoin also dump another 38%. This time around, the dump was quicker. This time around, the dump was under a month. Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency market, guys, still sits around 59%. I'll be expecting to see Bitcoin dominance collapse in the coming days and coming weeks. That has been my primary base case. I expect Bitcoin dominance at some point in time to head towards the 52% region. And I believe that's when we'll see the cycle come to an end. I'm of the school of thoughts that we're not in a bear market. We might still see Bitcoin find its way to all-time highs. As crazy as it might sound, Bitcoin has just come back to test the previous all-time highs that we got to in 2021. So an all-time high is still possible. That's the contrarian bet I'm taking on Bitcoin right now. It would see Bitcoin pumping maybe back to new all-time highs, maybe a retracement rally before we start our dump eventually to Goblin Town. I believe we eventually see Bitcoin dump to Goblin Town, but we are not just there yet. If you look at the crypto fear and greed index, right now there's extreme fear in the cryptocurrency market. Yesterday there was extreme fear. Last week there was extreme fear. We're hitting extreme levels of extreme fear. We saw the fear and greed index even get to as low as 6 on the 7th of February 2026. So in the coming days and coming weeks, guys, expect to see an improvement in the price of Bitcoin. The mantra is to buy low, is to sell high, is to buy when there's fear in the cryptocurrency market and sell when greed returns back to the cryptocurrency market. Over the last 1 month, Bitcoin has lost 23% of its value. Over the last 1 year, Bitcoin is down 27%. Bitcoin sentiment hit record lows as market participants are scared. Bitcoin sentiment hit record lows as contrarian investors say 60k Bitcoin was the bottom. The Bitcoin fear and greed index indicator fell to its lowest ever level, leading to some analysts suggesting that $60,000 was the bottom for BTC. I believe $60,000 is around near the bottom. I don't believe that's the extreme bottom. There's still a possibility that Bitcoin can still dump, maybe to set new lows, maybe to go to $50,000. But one thing is sure, historically, buying when there's extreme fear in the cryptocurrency market has always paid dividends in the nearest future. So guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Are you bullish on Bitcoin right now? Do you believe this is the bear market bottom? I want to see Bitcoin go below $60,000. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more awesome videos like this. Turn on the post notifications to get notified anytime I drop a new video, anytime I go live. Remember guys, when it comes to investing, nothing will pay off more than educating yourself. And investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Invest for the long haul. Don't get too scared. Don't get too greedy.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.